Ladies and gentlemen, when Raw goes off, turn us on. We are your Monday night recap show. Yes, not rematch. Rematches are what we saw all night long.
Sure.
I am the OG Fig Kid, Thomas Montalto.
And I am the CEO and president of the Coming Down the Aisle brand, Mr. Boney Khan, a.k.a. J-Bone. What's up, Tom?
Not much. What's going on, Boney Khan? Kudos to Sneed. That's freaking hysterical.
Yeah. Bow down to Mr. Sneed, the owner of the Tavern.
What's up, John the Fisherman? We got Tyson Trevino with us, too.
in house.
Thank you for joining us tonight. So let's start it off on a positive note. I know it's kind of hard to believe that we're going to say that, but man, the main event, Nikki A.S.H versus Charlotte, was a pretty damn good match.
It was.
I'm going to take my hats off to them. We'll start with that. You had Charlotte channeling her inner Cruella de Vil with that entrance gear. I don't know, but it was a solid match. It was a very solid match. I don't know, we saw Nikki A.S.H go over in the match. Is that a punishment for Ric Flair leaving the company? Who knows? I mean, actually, Rick leaving has not been confirmed by anyone. Usually the WWE announces it.
Yeah, that's true.
Both what the hell I can't think of his name. Both PW Insider, Mike Johnson and Dave Meltzer, they have not confirmed it, but Fightful is pretty accurate, but I'm still waiting to hear more. Okay, so let's go back to the show and talk about Raw. I'm sorry, but we got to do it. If you're tuning in and you didn't watch Raw, you're smart. You're smarter than me.
Yeah. You're smarter than both of us. That's not fair.
Head of Flair.
It's not fair. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great reference dating back to the great Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Mike Belcaster, who was live at the show tonight, will be joining us to talk about, his views from being there. So
can't wait.
So like I was gonna say, and maybe we should save this for Mike, but I think it takes a pretty special kind of show to kill a crowd in Chicago, because it's not often you hear a dead crowd in Chicago. But what came across on TV was a dead crowd.
Yeah.
Now, whether it was a dead crowd or not, we're going to find out from Mike Belcaster, because I was texting with him live from the show, and it sounds like WWE may have been playing games with the crowd noise. So we're going to dive into that once Mike gets on here.
Well, I have heard some stuff from fans. So I was actually saw something a post in the Chick-fil-A Facebook group that they tuned in like an hour after Raw started and got on their DVR, and then so I guess we could talk about it right now. The "We Want Wyatt" chants were not being heard an hour after he started it. So I don't know how they could scrub that. I don't know the technology behind that. I don't know if that's even possible. But
it's possible.
That's something that I guess I've heard that's happening. Yeah. So I mean, and we could even start there if you want, Tom. Bray Wyatt, I know y'all did a video over the weekend.
Yeah.
Gone from the company. Of course, major star on the Raw brand, no longer there. What happens to the Monday Night Raw brand as a whole?
I mean, it's going to be more of what we've seen for the last few weeks.
Right.
Which is not good. Here's the biggest problem I noticed tonight. And I just think, because the couple of characters they've built up, like Riddle and Nikki A.S.H, they've built them up that with kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, I was thinking about it all night long and now it slipped my head. But like we're invested in them. We're invested in them a little bit. The rest of the show, the rest of the roster, there's nobody on the Raw show they've built up to have me invested in.
No. I will say this though, on the women's div side as well. I think they've done a better job with building up Rhea Ripley. agree with John. They've done a little bit better job with giving Rhea that line. Okay, because at first she was teetering. There was very 50-50 booking. Is she a face? Is she a heel? We don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly, and I think the crowd actually responded very well to her. I thought that match with Nia was pretty good. We saw some color, some accidental color from Nia.
Yeah, man, she had a gusher.
Yeah. I think I
That's
think I thought it
Nia
was
with a gusher.
interesting how they did that gut rich slam with a riptide. That's what I was trying to think of the name of it. How she performed the riptide on her. I thought that was kind of impressive. That's good that they move in that way in that direction. Obviously, Charlotte is the heel. Nikki A.S.H is, of course, super babyface. Definitely not teetering at all with those
Yeah,
two. So I will say that's good on that. I was happy to see that.
yeah.
Um,
Let's go back to the very beginning. I can't wait for Mike
yeah,
to jump in here, so we could get his perspective from the
yeah.
live crowd. But you start off with Lashley and Goldberg, and how dare that Chicago audience let me down by cheering for Goldberg
I know, I know, I know.
and the
I
Goldberg chants.
I
I thought
don't
Chicago is
understand it.
better than that, but again, we don't
I don't get
know
it.
if that was pumped in or not.
Right.
Were they really chanting his name? Was it But and then Goldberg comes out, and the guy's just terrible. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He's terrible.
Yep,
It's the
he's terrible.
same
His
shtick.
promo is nothing. I agree with John Oldberg. Get your ass out the door. And he tells Lashley he looks scared, and Lashley does not look scared. Lashley's looking at him like,
No.
old fuck, get out of the ring. Nobody wants to see you, including me.
Yeah, who's next? The retirement home. Okay, that's who's next,
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I the only one rooting to see them beat the shit out of his son?
Oh no, no, no. I was like kind of hoping for it actually.
I mean,
At least he didn't take his shirt off. So
yes, that's true. And nothing against Goldberg's son, but
yeah,
wow,
it's
it's just a snooze fest. Nobody wants Goldberg back. And let me tell you, man, for a 70,000 seat show coming up at SummerSlam, they've done nothing to get me invested. Nothing. And as good as SmackDown is, you're not investing me by getting the idea of another Cena Roman Reigns match. I've already seen it. I've already seen Cena fed to him. I don't need to see that again.
if half the card is decent, why would anybody want to watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't that crazy for you?
And going back to this whole like Goldberg Lashley thing, there is no personal issue. All it is Goldberg's. I want title. Give me title. You're next.
100%.
That's all it is. Why do I care? Why do I care that Goldberg wants a title? Lashley has been killing it. Yep, I agree. Lashley's been doing a really great job.
Yeah.
And that's why I hope Lashley actually keeps the title. I actually would like to see him, longer run. I think one of two things going to happen. Either Lashley's going to keep it, he's going to beat Goldberg. Goldberg wins, and we see a cash in from Big E.
I
We
mean,
haven't seen Kofi on TV. We haven't seen Xavier on TV.
I'd much
think that's
rather
a good
see
reason.
Big E versus Lashley at SummerSlam.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that would be entertaining. Or wait, what's the guy's name that they just fired this past weekend?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that been kind of entertaining? I don't know.
So you want to cut money? How about cutting Goldberg's two matches
Right.
a year?
Right.
You're overpaying for a guy that, I mean, unfortunately, the fans do pop for him, but
Who cares?
He's not gonna. You're gonna get a 2-minute match. Lashley's gonna squash him, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it.
And I just
you're saying like I'm not even.
I had a hard time believing
Lashley. Like Lashley doesn't do much for me either. Like this is the best version of Lashley, but I'm still not like, oh my god, this is so awesome. Because we have a heel on SmackDown playing the same role much better than Lashley is. Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. So, it took me probably about a day and a half or so to really process this whole thing with Bray Wyatt, and I couldn't believe that it was really budget cuts. I guess, and even watching the video y'all put out, I was like, I just can't see it. But now
it
I'm
was so
convinced
funny.
it's got to be it.
When the video was over, I looked at Chad, through here because we talked after the video. I'm like, man, that was so somber. Like, we were both just in shocked.
Yeah. But going back to what you said, absolutely. Why have Goldberg, or even like, let's say they even signed Brock Lesnar? Okay, everybody wants to see Brock Lesnar versus Lashley. They've been
It would
asking
be
for
more
it.
interesting than
Be
Goldberg.
more interesting, right? But Brock's gonna only have he's gonna have more dates than Goldberg on his contract. But
Maybe two more.
maybe 2 more, 3 more. But why not have a match where you have a star that you built up from the ground up and go in there and beat Lashley? Like, people would have loved to see that. Same thing with Big E. Honestly, I don't. If I'm a WWE, or if I'm a wrestler in general, I'm not even going to WWE. I'm not even doing sticking with one company. I'm doing the Matt Cardona thing, and I'm going to hop from company to company.
But the Matt Cardona thing, and
I know we're going off subject, but
that's Matt doing that himself. He's done something very impressive again, and kudos to him for doing what he's done and putting himself back on the map and opening eyes and getting people to talk about an indie wrestling promotion like they haven't been spoken about probably ever.
Right.
So I mean, he's done a great job with that. Eventually he's going to sign with somewhere, I think.
Yeah, but
even if it's Impact. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the show the one, the only Mike
B.
What is up, gentlemen?
The question is, what is up with you?
Tavern family, how's y'all doing, man?
What's up?
I there was record timing for me getting out of the Allstate Arena and back to my house, setting up. Boom, boom, boom.
So, like, we mentioned it a little bit. We were kind of waiting for you to get on here before we go into the whole crowd thing.
Yeah.
So what came across on TV was a very, very dead crowd.
Yeah.
Was it dead there?
There was moments. I'm not going to say it wasn't completely not dead. First off, can you hear me good? Are we good on the audio? Okay, just making sure. There was bits and pieces where the crowd was hot. Lots of CM Punk chants.
They didn't come across on TV.
There was every time Bliss was shown, it was "We want Bray."
Nope.
And
not
then
coming across on TV.
And then for 1 minute there was a good chant of "We got the whole world."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Fuck WWE.
They scrubbed it. They scrubbed that for sure.
Wow.
It was crazy because I was texting Tom the whole time I was there, and Chad, and we were talking about it, and I was like, CM Punk chant right now, and what was it, the Miz thing? I don't know how far we are into this. My apologies.
No. We just started. We were trying to buy some time, so
no, for sure, appreciate it. But during that Miz segment, man, what's his name? Damian Priest, right? He was in the ring, to giving shit, and it went loud as loud can be for the Allstate, since the last 5 years. CM Punk.
And I was like, not come across on TV.
Did not. Do
you have this? Do you have it on your DVR?
I got Peacock. Isn't it on Peacock or is it not on Peacock? I might record it. Fuck it, whatever.
I just want you to go back at some point and see if the chants really were muted out because we couldn't hear them.
Yeah,
I heard a CM Punk chant very low during the Nikki A.S.H and Charlotte match.
Man,
and that was about it. When Alexa was on, never heard the "We Want Bray" chants.
I literally might tap out for WWE after this. It was a bad show tonight, and
wow.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think it's because I'm getting old. I'm not that old yet. I'm still, Well,
I just said this to John right before you came on. One of the things, that's given me a major problem with WWE is they haven't built up any of the characters to have us invested in them. And the only two they have a little bit is Nikki and Riddle. And they're the ones that are kind of over right now.
And I don't know if I showed you.
That, we're unattached. Yeah, you sent me the video
with Nikki.
So there was no no pop for her.
Right when her music hit, it was like a yeah, and then it was just dead. Like she was just they're totally covering some stuff up. But it was. I want to say the biggest pop of the night was the table, in the Charlotte match, and man, Riddle, Riddle. Sorry, let me take that back. Biggest pop of the night was Riddle when he came out. People were bro, and I was like, huh, like because I was just. I
feel like they're killing him already, though.
Yeah, I do too. I was about to say that already. Why in the world are you going to put him against Omos? Clearly, he can't win that fight, right?
And Omos looks like I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain what I just experienced. It was one of the. It was. There was nothing about it where I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I came here tonight." Like nothing.
That's so sad.
And
that's a shame.
Yeah, man. Like. They were even doing like the show your signs during the commercial break, and like Attitude Era me's like everybody had a fucking sign back in the day, and then I'm like looking around and there's like maybe like 200 signs out of the 15,000 people there.
Yeah, because you were there. You were there for Jericho's, right? You've been there for big events.
I've been there.
Jericho's debut. What name some things you've been to?
Jericho's debut, the debut of the NWO. There, I was there for the SmackDown where Mick Foley brought Cactus Jack back, Daddy, against Triple H, and he took the mask off, and like just to name a few. Like I got to see the greatest of all times do it. I was there for St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Austin, you're fired. Like shit like that. And like, it has really became, and I say it jokingly, it's became Disney on Ice. Like I was showing Tom videos. They were doing who could do the best people's eyebrow while they were changing out the ring skirts. And it was like, I guess there's a plus and minus because they're not leaving dead air while you're in the arena, right? So that I understand.
I mean, I guess for the little kids, that's good.
They showed a lot more adults on that camera than they showed little kids.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm my eyebrow. But like the biggest pops of the night too were in between commercial breaks. They were showing like Broken Skull Sessions things, and like
people will pop for that.
Yeah, and who's the Reggie?
Yeah,
I'm not jumping all over. We could do like a more in-depth thing here real quick. But
no worries.
Reggie comes out and they're like 24/7 title on the line, which I hated all that. It's a 24/7 title. It shouldn't be entrances and all that shit. But he comes out. It cuts to maybe. It cuts to the commercial break after he comes out, and then they play. If you smell like The Rock was coming, and the crowd goes nuts. Like, The Rock's here, and then they're like,
doesn't that tell you what the people think of this roster on Monday Night Raw?
I don't know if it's I'm
in the booking.
It's not the roster.
I'm not going to blame the talent. I'm not blaming the talent. I'm blaming the booking of the talent. Trying to get them over.
Clear glasses back there. We go. You can see the eyes now. You can see the fire in these fucking people.
I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming any of the talent. I'm blaming the booking of the talent and what they've done to try and get these people over.
Yeah. No.
That's what I'm talking about here.
You could very much see. It was the most apparent that it's ever been for me as being an audience member. That I was at a taping of a TV show, like it really was. It was very much like the Nikki comes out and she's sitting there and then they start doing these people's eyebrow things and she's like chatting with the crowd. She's like, "Come on, guys, like let's dance and boogie." Like it was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like this isn't Ellen. This is so weird, man. And
that's funny.
And let me just say, like, for anybody who doesn't know us, and Mike Belcaster especially, he wants WWE to be good. He wants to enjoy it. He wants to go there and love it. So this is hurting us. Like, this is like an insult to us who have been watching it for as long as we have, because we grew up loving WWE and we still want to love it, but it's so hard when Monday night after Monday night, it's just shit after shit, and whether it's diarrhea or loose stool, it's just shit.
Yeah. No,
it's Monday Night Burt. Yeah, Monday Night Burt.
Yeah.
I said well done earlier on Twitter, and you're right. I was thinking, okay, like as far as referring to from raw to well done, but it's not well done in that sense. It's just burnt. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah. I said you cannot use the word well done and raw in the same sentence.
You're right. You're right. Thank
John,
you for that.
we've been watching for that long too. Yeah. I mean, it's you know what my therapy is? Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Yeah.
It just cleanses.
It's a palate cleanser.
Yes, and then I get to enjoy wrestling again on Wednesday night. And then Friday night, SmackDown, enjoyable show. It's not the same shit.
No.
So it's better. It's more of a wrestling show. Is it as good as Dynamite? No, but it's definitely more watchable.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw is like drinking Boone's Farm, and AED Dynamite's like drinking Dom Perignon.
And the other thing, me and Chad, and you were in the group too tonight. We were talking about the backstage announcers. Since Renee and Charlie left,
garbage.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible. They're not entertaining. There's no charisma. They do nothing. They're terrible. Charlie was so good in her role, and Renee was just off the charts. And they're gone now, and they can't find anybody to even replace them.
Renee was the female Mean Gene. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm sorry. No, go with you first, and then we'll come back to me.
I just was going to say Renee was like the female Mean Gene,
Yeah. But when you're live, they mute those interviews now. We didn't hear one backstage segment.
Honestly, you didn't miss anything, but I think if they got the Kermit the Frog reporter from Sesame Street, would be better than what they have out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw here.
Exactly. The master impressionist.
It's a Kate McMahon here.
So let's run through the card really quick.
Please, yes.
You could give us a reaction. We start
real quick. I'm sorry, just one point to address what he just said. That's also part of the problem there. Whether or not the interviews are shitty or not, you're not engaging the audience, the live audience.
No fucking clue what was going on.
Because you have no clue what's going on. I mean, you could probably guess. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It was weird.
That is weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We talked a little bit about the Lashley and the Goldberg promo. First of all, like the Goldberg chants were there. Were they piped in, or was that real?
So Goldberg comes out first. They're like Goldberg, and everybody kind of stood up. There was a good portion of the crowd booing, but then it just went Goldberg. The Goldberg bullshit, like the what chants. It just came through. Then everybody was like, yeah, and it did absolutely nothing for me. The best part of that whole segment was the spear to MVP, and that looked great in person because it was like, holy shit, he fucking took that spear.
Yeah, really? Because on TV, I thought it looked kind of weak.
Oh no, you heard.
What do you think, John?
I thought it was good.
It had a good thumb.
Maybe it's just my hatred for Goldberg showing.
Yeah.
They piped it in.
I said to J-Bone or Boney Khan, I really wish they would have just beat the shit out of his son.
Yeah.
His son was there?
Yeah, that was the kid that the MVP was yelling at when Goldberg came out.
He looks completely different. Hold on. Keep going, Tom. I'm going to pull up a picture. And
I didn't even see him.
That's what MVP was doing when Goldberg came and speared him. He was yelling at his son.
I could have fucking went right past. They didn't mention that at all to the crowd. So I had no idea. Yeah, but there was no recollection of what was going on. I thought he just came out and speared MVP because he was
I love this, actually. So just give a little shout out. This is Rumble Mania show on Instagram. This is such telling. This is like a before and after right there.
Jesus
Christ. So this is Goldberg, obviously, and his son. Obviously, what is it, 4 or 5 years ago, and then that's his son now.
His son kind of looks like Tony Khan.
At least he had a shirt on.
Yeah,
that's very true. Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay. I'm
John
glad.
is agreeing. The spear looked good.
It didn't look bad from where I was.
So it's just my hatred for Goldberg.
He's
never going to win with me. I'll get it. So then we go on to Drew McIntyre versus Veer and Lanky or Shanky or whatever his name is, Shanky. again, talk about rematch from last week. It's another iteration of the same match we saw last week, and the next one we'll see next week. But I'm not invested. I don't give a crap. I just don't give a crap. There's nothing there. Let's move on. And I actually saw a guy in the ring holding a sword.
I was just about to go all corny on everybody. What the fuck is that shit? You hold a sword to somebody's face while they're hitting you with fucking steel chairs. It's bullshit.
I kept thinking from an Anchorman whenever I was like, Drew almost stabbed the guy.
That escalated fast.
and then, not to mention, you have three guys with chairs, and you turn your back, to them to get this stupid ass sword. To get this stupid ass sword, and like you kind of bumbling with it. It looked awkward. I was like, why wouldn't they just go attack him? Like it's three people with chairs, Or why wouldn't you just slide out of the ring?
Why are they gonna do this Scottish stereotype on the guy? Like that's almost just as bad as any other stereotype thing to do in 2021. Exactly. Like we've seen him be a normal fucking dude, a normal person.
He was over without the sword.
Exactly, but then
if anything, it's buried him. He's gotten less popular since this whole thing started.
The Jim Cornette meme where he's fucking choking somebody. Like, if you're gonna do the sword gimmick, while the guy's got the chair and like he puts the chair down and then he goes to like hit him with it as the guy rolls out of the ring, at least hit the fucking turnbuckle pad and rip it open a little bit or something.
Dude, that would be cool.
Something like.
Do something cool, King Arthur.
How about you slice the top rope open and everybody's like, oh my God, he just sliced the top rope open.
Yeah, something. Don't just sit there and let him pussyfoot around and put it down. And another thing that I was thinking live is when he comes out with that sword, they might as well put a goddamn slit in the stairs so he could put it in like he's King Arthur when he's climbing up to the stuff. Like he just places it down. Like the guy comes running around, grabs the fucking sword, and he's like, "Look at me, I got the fucking like," and that guy's gonna get fired. Like that was a clusterfuck for me. Because I was like, Drew's over. Huge reaction, right?
Really?
Did he get a huge reaction? Okay.
He got a great reaction. Like people at this point, this is where I stopped getting up when people in front of me were getting up to see what was going on, and I was just looking at the trial because I was like, "Oh, here we go now." And like this was the downfall from the show for me.
We were in segment 2.
Now we go to Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax, and we mentioned a little bit, but what a gusher that Nia Jax had. I don't know if you could see it. She was busted open.
I got to recheck it out because I was taking a piss break when the second I seen Nia's music.
Well, it was the perfect time for a piss break for me.
Yeah,
it was. I say this is gonna sound bad, but it was nice to see her get split open hard way.
Finally,
for a change.
Listen, you know what? At least it gives her some credence to being a tough woman.
Yes.
Oh, she's definitely tough.
We'll go with that.
But she's so I mean. I'm not going to start criticizing now.
Hey, she's not like most girls, okay?
Yeah.
So, the other thing I wanted to say is, at one point, you didn't hear this, but I guess it was when Nia Jax got pushed into the ring post outside and the LED lights, and Corey Graves said she was just pushed into steel. Since when are LED lights made of steel?
Yeah.
Those LED lights have a family.
I hope Twitter's dragging him through the mud like they did Jim Ross for the last 3 months.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And then we got another roll-up pin. Let's take a theme here that happens every single week on Raw. We get rematches and roll-up pins.
Yeah.
Can we change the formula just a little bit?
It's Monday night roll-up pins.
And just to touch on JR, since they've been back in front of live crowds, the guy's been on.
He's been killing it.
He's been the JR of old, man. Like, I kind of, and I don't care he made a mistake. The same night he made that mistake and called it WWE Dynamite, nobody was criticizing Excalibur for announcing the wrong main event when he said Jericho was in the main event and it was Sammy Guevara. Like, people make mistakes. I don't care about people making a mistake. You're gonna make mistakes. I felt bad because JR kind of seemed like he felt lost out there at times.
Oh, of course.
Man, the last 4 weeks since they've been live, bravo, JR. He's back. He's back to the JR.
Good written, damn it. That's what I'm saying. Those tables got families. God damn it.
Oh, good point by Tyson Trevino. This was an exciting thing tonight. Is this finally the end of the Nia and Shayna partnership? Please,
honestly, I don't care.
Needles in my eyes when they're on.
So exciting.
I don't even care anyway. Like, I mean, cool if it ends. If it moves on, cool. I don't even care, honestly.
But Shayna could be something on her own. She's like, let's give her that push now.
They're not going to do that. They've already proven that. They're not going to do that. Shayna, it's been so disappointing seeing her, away from NXT. So in NXT, she was such a badass, and she's a joke.
Treatment, man. They're just putting them out to pasture.
So the next match was Mason T-Bar against Mansoor and Ali.
Thank God. I was hoping to watch this again.
Another rematch
from like 3 months ago.
That's like the second rematch, back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Ali got a good pop. He's from Chicago.
Yeah.
He did get a nice pop. Good for him for getting.
And he's a great fucking worker, so he deserves it.
I was just gonna say, if they worked him right, dude could work. Dude.
He was on a great roll. He was on such a good roll right when they first came out with his first lead. Yeah, like he was over. Then they did that damn retribution crap, and
he was supposed to get like a spot in the Elimination Chamber. Kofi replaced him.
Kofi Mania started.
Oh yeah, that's when he hurt himself, right?
Yeah.
He was over though.
He was over. Yeah.
Then they came back. Remember last year, and he started cutting that promo talking about Kofi stealing his spot. Man, that was a program that would have worked if they went with it some more.
Yeah,
they kind of dropped that pretty fast. Okay, so then Charlotte comes out, and she cuts her promo, and that's where I really noticed. I thought they were quieting the crowd. What was the crowd like during Charlotte's promo?
She came out, lots of woos. We were Ric Flair and left and right. Like, I don't think they shut up, especially because the Ric Flair release just happened or whatever, contract pulling. But crowd was going nuts. She was over. Nobody treated her like a heel, which was cool. I think some little kids were booing her, but I think we got a Bray Wyatt chant when she was in the ring.
See, that's why I kind of had a feeling they were quieting the crowd.
Yeah, no,
very quiet. The crowd was so like you could hear a pin drop when she was cutting her promo.
Yeah, that's the weird thing too, is because like times they were really loud, and you're like they're dead right now, and then times when they were dead, like I sent you the video of Nikki coming in, like it was just dead. Like the crowd was just like, oh.
two points. One, I'm not the biggest Charlotte fan, not for her work because she's great in the ring. I just think she plays her character so well, it's made me not like her. Which is kudos to her, because if you could really do that, then you're doing your job right.
Fair enough.
But for her to come out, we don't know the truth of what's happening with Ric Flair yet. WWE hasn't announced it, and none of the reliable sources like Meltzer and Mike Johnson have not.
I wouldn't call Meltzer a reliable source.
No, yeah, I mean I agree with you. I'm not the biggest Meltzer fan either, but like WWE didn't announce it, so I don't know if there's more to the story, but if there is, Charlotte came out and she still worked her ass off and did everything. Like she didn't phone it in at all.
She did great.
So she is a true professional at what she does, and an asset to wherever she's going to wind up.
I think, and let's talk about that for a second, if you don't mind. Does she go to AEW next year?
I mean, I would imagine she's got to be itchy hearing, seeing her boyfriend there, talking to other people there. I mean, it's time will tell. Money. It does. What a huge get that would be for
the BK money.
You got to get the Burger King crown. BK, baby.
A BK. BK all day.
So we get any other comments on Charlotte in the promo before we move on?
She was just over. That's another thing too. They muddle the microphone so bad for the live crowds now that it's like this, like you can barely hear anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so like my nephew was trying to watch. He's like, I can't hear her. I was like, I can't hear either. It's not my old age. That's good.
So we get the Eva Marie promo.
She was so over, right?
I'm gonna get hated on this, but I mean, at least she's kind of entertaining when she talks. I'm not saying she's awesome, but
well, so you didn't see the interview. You talking about the interview backstage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like a robot out there spitting out, lines. I don't really understand what they're doing with Dewdrop.
That's a whole nother story.
Monday
Night Raw booking.
I was actually like a few weeks back, like when it was early on in the Dewdrop, like, okay, they're just gonna do this like a week or two, and she's gonna go back to Piper. No, that's not happening, and because it looked like that way, and it's like I don't get it. What's a Dewdrop? Why do I care?
Then you get Dewdrop versus Tamina. Nice to see Tamina go over in a singles match.
Yeah,
finally getting a push after being around so long.
Yeah,
Sorry,
move on.
I just whatever.
And it's got to be a meaningful push.
Not that it matters because the women tag team championships mean nothing. But are they just going to let them hold on to the belt until Natalya is ready to come back?
So
what happened to the 30-day non-compete clause?
What? So is she out like indefinitely, or?
All right, if Sean Ross Sapp's at it, then I believe it.
Because
that guy's never. What was that, Mike?
It's a woo.
But is Natty like out for like some extended time for sure?
I mean, she had torn ligaments and had surgery last Friday. So.
All right. I hadn't been keeping up on that end, but
I don't imagine she'll be back.
Yeah, no, she won't be back. Yeah. So what are they going to do? And then now they're breaking up Nia and Shayna. Not that I would really want to see that, but there's no other tag team.
Well, left. Bring it back.
Yeah. I mean, what other tag team could actually take them on?
Knox and Shotzi.
Yeah, I guess.
Enthusiasm, gentlemen. Is
you know what's so funny? The two worst titles in a company, the two that they could just eliminate tomorrow and nobody would even notice we're missing, there's a 24/7 championship and the women's tag team championships. And those are the two titles that they have going back and forth on each show. But every other title we have to have two of.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's awful.
You got the Miz TV with Damian Priest. It's time, and they kind of teased it tonight with Priest telling Morrison he'd be better off on his own. Finally, can we finally be seeing the end of this stupid nonsense that we've seen since Morrison's been back?
If there's one thing that I could definitely say is John Morrison is the most over person right now out of this whole fucking storyline. Like,
absolutely.
The crowd, he had the pyros. I think they amp up the pyro for the live crowd too, because it sounded way louder than it looked. And I was like, wow, how is this happening?
That's cool because on TV at one point tonight, I think it was during maybe Charlotte's, I'm like, that pyro is not very loud, so that's kind of
loud as shit. Like Johnny Drip Trip is over, but super.
That guy needs a singles run. He needs to be seriously because the guy is awesome in the ring. And this is what's wrong. They have another guy. We're talking about all these guys they have, like Ali, that can be used better.
Yeah,
but Morrison is in the same boat.
Man, imagine Morrison and
I wonder if
Ali.
He's wondering. Is he wondering like why did they come back here for this?
There was a comedy segment, and you could tell we could barely get half the shit out from being in the crowd, but yeah, it was a shit comedy segment. A lot of Daniel Bryan chants during this too. Yeah,
well, we didn't hear them on TV.
Nope,
wild shit.
True. I agree with you, Chad. I definitely agree. That was the best the Miz ever was.
I like what they're doing with Damian Priest.
Damian needs to drop straight.
At least they're booking him right. Make him look strong, whatever that means. But clearly he's probably. I think he'll probably take the United States title, which is good. But again, boring.
We get the Priest Morrison match that leads to a tag team match because they couldn't think of what else to do.
Exactly.
So they had to extend it.
Exactly my thoughts. I'm like, what? Why are we doing another match again? Oh, because Ricochet came out.
Miz broke kayfabe too when they were taking the black tarp off the ring. He got up, and then he quickly sat back down. And it was like, oh fuck, and like I was cracking up because no, he's not hurt. And I was like, oh, like, way to kill the vibe. That's what I mean.
You're not hurt. You're not hurt.
Yeah. and the crowd give a flying shit. They're like, oh, the Miz is just being the Miz. It was like, oh god.
So what Chad said is exactly what we spoke about earlier. Who is Damian Priest though? I don't know his character. They've done nothing to invest us in this character, and Damian Priest could be good. He's good in the ring and he's entertaining, but get us, interested in him. Get us invested in him. It's just a pattern where we keep talking about it. We're not invested in anybody on Raw. Do something and get us invested. The guy could be good. The guy could get people excited.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he did a good job with Bad Bunny, and I don't know.
Again, I agree with you, Chad. I just said the same thing.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. So we got that whole tag team match. Who cares? Oh, but Ricochet comes out, and the big news of the night is he's no longer wearing jeans. He's back to tights.
Hey.
He found his undies. The Undertaker didn't take his undies anymore.
So from there we go to Omos versus Riddle. Poor Riddle, again, it's the beginning of the end for what they have done in building
him. He was so over.
Squash.
He was so entertaining for the last few months, and then the last month or so, it's like, what are you doing?
No, his
company
spots
can't keep anybody on a roll.
I don't even. Same thing as Chad said with Damian Priest. It's like I don't get this Omos gimmick. It's not doing shit for me.
He's just a big he's a big nasty giant dude.
Yeah, but
I don't care about Omos. It's time for him to go away.
But way to squash fucking Matt Riddle's entire existence tonight. That was just the shits.
What was the purpose of that? You could have had him you had so many people not even on the show tonight that Riddle could have had an actual good match with.
It was just a weird night in general.
Exactly. This is exactly it. Where the hell is Randy Orton? Come back for your best friend.
Yeah. That was the one promo they put through in the speakers. It was like, I got Randy Orton, I got veins and voices in my head, and I was like, all right, it's like it was cool, whatever, yeah, man. Still think my favorite thing is him and RVD backstage.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was friggin' awesome. That was my highlight for WrestleMania this year.
Yeah.
That shows you what I thought of WrestleMania this year. Doudrop attacks Alexa on Alexa's playground. And oh my God, the doll stood up all by itself. Holy shit. I don't give a fuck.
Actually,
I don't care.
I missed that.
Release her. Send her to AEW or NWA. Because you've ruined Alexa Bliss for everybody.
Did they say anything during it at least? Because I didn't hear shit.
About?
During that little program. I know that she got kicked.
No, they just beat her up and the doll stood up and that was it. And
we had... that was what was going on during this.
How about this? In 3 months, we'll be hearing Cult of Wyndham on AEW. So we get another rematch. Was that 3 now?
Yeah. I counted it, by the way, before we got in there. It was 3 of them.
Killian Cross against Keith Lee again. And this time Keith Lee goes over.
No pop for any of that. Keith Lee got the worst. It was the worst. I was excited. I was so excited. Yeah, no, it's very good.
The Alexa Bliss angle could have worked, but it doesn't because they're not doing it right.
Yeah, no, but Keith Lee, poor Keith Lee, man. He comes out, crowd. I was like, oh shit, Keith Lee's here. I was expecting a big boom. There was the guys in the upper section were just like, Keith Lee, whoop whoop, Keith Lee. It was just like, oh.
Can we get hashtag rematch always weekly? Because it's true.
My guy, my guy Keith. Look at that.
We've seen him do good work, man.
He could do things that are so good. And again, they've killed him coming back. The crowd doesn't care anymore, and he's not. He's just a shell of what he could be.
Yeah.
As I was watching his entrance, I was like, because he does the thing with the thumb and that whatever. I was watching. I'm like, I literally remember him doing the exact same thing a week ago. Like just the exact. It's like I was watching Raw again last week. I was like, what are we doing here?
There were so many dead spots in that match too. I remember looking. There was a dude that was a really tall guy in the front row, and he was the only one standing cheering. And like he started like looking around. He's like, "Come on, guys!" So it's like, oh my goodness! What is going on?
We want to talk about plants. That was probably a plant. Okay?
I hope it was, man, because it was bad.
This is what I have in my notes now. How are you not supposed to be confused watching Raw when the booking is all over the place?
Yeah.
Like, it's just terrible.
You're looking at me. I haven't watched Raw, and I got there. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I still don't know what the fuck is going on. I seen Alexa Bliss playing with some dolls on a swing set. She got punted by I don't even know anymore. Like, Dewdrop.
And here's the sad part too. So the sad part about all this, is people are excited to get out and about. Unfortunately, that may change. Hopefully not, but too much around the country. That's besides the point. We're not here to talk about that. But people are excited finally to get out and about, and we have a show like that tonight. Like, what? Why?
WWE didn't even bring souvenir cups to the arena.
What?
Yeah, every fucking show.
I was almost going to ask you. I meant to ask you to pick me up one.
I walked up. They hand me a Chicago Wolves, which is like our B team hockey team here. They're not NHL. They're the minor leagues. But
yeah,
I was like, no souvenir cups, and she goes, "The first time I've worked here in 15 years, and they forgot the souvenir cups. They didn't bring them." I was like, huh. It's like in the merch selection.
I love the souvenir cups. I almost was going to ask you to get me one.
Yeah, dude, I would have totally gotten you one, but you would have been a minor league hockey souvenir cup. It would have been.
But did you notice? I don't know if you noticed this, John. I don't know if you could see from the seats. Keith Lee looked like he was crying or just about to cry after his match.
Yeah, he just
there was all welled up, like he's like, oh, I finally won a match. They let me win.
There was no like. It was not the right emotion. It was just like...
Or was he thinking, I hope I'm not released tomorrow? I won a match.
or was he hoping, God, I hope I don't have that too much longer on my contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's stress chat. I don't know. But I thought he looked like he was going to cry.
Yeah.
John has got the answer to why there were no cups. They were cut for the budget.
They're budget cups. They don't have any talent left. They don't have any talent left on the cup, so they have to.
I feel so sorry for that $1 billion company not making money. God dog it.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1 billion deal after $1 billion deal, but let's cut people because of budget cuts.
Yeah. Just give me the real reason. I'd rather you just give me the real reason.
Break it down, brother.
Reggie versus Tozawa.
Hold on. I have to put my cornet. Most flippity floppy outlaw mud show bullshit I've ever seen. That guy's entrance fucking sucks. I don't care how athletic you are. None of that shit he was doing today made any fucking sense in the ring. Why would you do a corkscrew fucking 720 to tackle somebody and then land on him and fucking like you're gonna shit on him? And like this was I have never seen Reggie work before, unless I quote me wrong. This was fucking stupid. Like. So bad. Like
24/7 championship. Of course it's stupid.
They had Michael Nakazawa versus fucking flippity floppity Reggie, and it was fucking
Michael Nakazawa.
Like,
let me just go here. What Tyson is saying here. I read the same thing. Hardy was supposed to go over Cross again last week, and I guess the storyline was supposed to be, Cross was going to lose a little bit, and then Scarlett was going to come on and help him regain his powers.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with that story now, but that was the plan before Jeff Hardy went out. And
so he's going to go from jobber to Mark Marrow status, basically.
Yeah.
Fancy jobber with a nice name. I like it.
We want Sable.
And now we go to the main event. The one saving grace of the tonight, in my opinion. What do you think of the main event there, Mike?
Yeah, I don't. Is it bad that the part from the main event that was the most over was her pulling the table out from under the ring? That and I don't know if you heard it. That was the whole match. She put she put fucking girls through the announcer's table.
Yeah,
and they're like, the crowd's like, table, like, I fucking cookie. Like it's like dealing with an orchestrated mass of infants when you're here. Like, it's just like I'm serious. I'm looking at guys who are my age, older, a little younger, down to little kids, and they're all just like, a table, bro. Like, it's like meatheads, and I feel so bad saying that, but like, that match did. What was that? What was the pin? There was such a shitty cow, and the tables bumped with the corner table. The referee goes and checks on Nikki after that spot. He walks up. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And like, she's like, Charlotte's I just flew away.
Her back was bleeding from it.
Charlotte's?
I don't know if yeah.
Okay.
So why not go check on Charlotte? The fucking queen.
It looked kind of nasty too. It looked like that table came back down on top of her head.
So I was like in that corner, so I got to see her up against it as it happened. And when she speared through, the table like 3D exploded in my face.
If the Dudleys came back, they would get a bigger pop than anybody.
They wouldn't, because the crowd's not going to give a flying fuck about the Dudleys. They just want the tables. Man, and then they finished the match, and it's not even 10 o'clock, and they're already, Chicago, and the New Day comes out, they're cheering and dancing with Nikki, and it was just like, what the fuck am I watching here?
that was for the dark match, I guess. I
thought the dark match just started at like 10:05. It was like literally 9:50 something, and there was still just like running out, and it was like, wow, because people were leaving. I think that was the thing, they were trying to get people to stay, but it was so rushed that it was like, I was like, come on, kid, I gotta go do the recap. We're going
kid. Yeah. So I thought the main event was a solid match, though.
It was all right.
I mean, I'm not giving it a 5-star match. Maybe just compared to what we had to sit through for 3 hours.
For a no holds barred match, Domino's would give it 5 stars. That's what I'm going to say. All right, it was everything you could want for a television show. Like, they've literally. I'm not calling WWE wrestling anymore. They should call it WWE.
Well, they don't call it. They don't call it.
No,
wrestling.
I don't. It's good. They should have.
It's
It's a fucking shame if they ever did. It was World Entertainment Television. It was the drizzling shits, pal.
World Entertainment.
This is the fucking. It was a goddamn joke. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, and I'm kind of curious. What did your nephew think of the show?
On the way home, after I texted you and said, I'm flying out of the parking lot, I'll be there in a minute, I was like, hey, bud, what was your favorite part of the show? He goes, when the New Day came out. And I was like, wow, 11 years old. He's not 6. 11 years old. New Day.
And you didn't even let him watch New Day.
No, he watched it. We were literally walking up the aisles, and I was like, boots. Like, let's go. We're going to the parking lot. Yeah, and then he's like, well, the worst part was like you couldn't hear anything. And it was just it takes away the value. At least like when we were going, when it was Attitude Era, they'd do the backstage Austin thing, and he'd be like, what's up? And the crowd starts going, and like maybe you can't hear him because he's being over audioable from the crowd. But like now it's like, and then you're like, what the fuck is this? Like it's John, mind work.
That's been my favorite part of Raw for the most part of 2 or 3 years.
I actually texted Tom and said, I'm dying over here. I think it was about 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something. Maybe it was a little bit sooner. But
you're telling me.
I didn't hate the main event like you did, Mike, but
I didn't hate it, but it was like, I don't know, man. It wasn't a main event. You know what I mean? Like that should have been. That should have been an hour too.
If you compare that main event to AEW, that's like
listen,
fourth segment a show. Fourth segment match on AEW.
Perfectly said, J-Bone.
Yeah,
I agree. Like it's.
But even Sting and Orange Cassidy are more over than that main event.
I'll take the.
I love that.
Like you said earlier, I wish that they would just get their fucking shit together and do better. But it's like,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. If you want to watch something decent, really, if you want to be a WWE fan, watch SmackDown and watch. Really, you could get away with just watching the pay-per-views. Pay-per-views are pretty solid because it doesn't have all the filler shit and everything.
Sometimes,
and it's the best way to be a WWE fan if you want to watch the product.
And that's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they want. So you go to Peacock, subscribe, and you get this great value for $9.99 or $4.99.
There's more Peacock commercials than there was putting over talent tonight at the live show.
I can't wait to see the ratings come out tomorrow because I think the trend for the last, they got the boost with the live crowd back, but it's only going back down again. There's no way they're going to lose people by tomorrow.
I was looking for my phone. I don't know, man. It was not like. I can see if the video. Those are too short. Hold on. See, they're cheering. This is what I was showing. It's hard to see, but the crowd's dead. This is Nikki's entrance.
I see it.
Nobody gives a fuck. Keith Lee, nobody gives a fuck. And then this is what you're doing in between the shows. Like commercial. It's let's play The Rock's music. Put it on. Put it on, damn it. I want to smell what he's cooking. I want to smell it. And even if The Rock comes back, it's going to be great for a month tops. Wait, what's going to save this? What's going to make this wrestling again?
Even if The Rock comes back, he's making a couple of appearances. He's not going to be doing what Cena's doing.
1 month.
He's not going to be there every single week.
No.
He's going to be there once, then maybe again right before the pay-per-view, and then a pay-per-view.
Yeah, say a 3-shot easily.
Yeah. So I mean, will it be fun to see him for that time? Yeah, it's The Rock. He's entertaining. But,
Summer of Cena, right? You couldn't give The Rock Chicago crowd where he fucking debuted. Like we didn't get nothing. Like that would have probably lit the crowd up.
I thought he was teaming with the New Day.
No, it was just the New Day versus Bobby Lashley and MVP. That was the match.
Oh. I thought Cena was supposed to be. Maybe there was 2 dark matches.
Who's? I couldn't even tell you who the Angelo.
Why are they putting New Day in dark matches? Is my question.
To do exactly what they did for my nephew. What's your favorite part of Raw? The New Day. But I'm mad that he didn't come out with pancakes. Oh, okay.
But so he didn't enjoy the show then?
No, not really. There was one. The funniest thing was it was right. It was right during the Miz segment, and he's like, "Do you need to go have a cigarette?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I'd like to go get some fresh air." Like he was just not. There was no attachment, man.
I thought he was going to say he needed a cigarette.
Yeah. Whoa, no. When I was his age and my dad was taking me to these things, I would be like, "You go. I'm staying at my chair."
Right.
Like, I was glued to the product. And to a point, like, even the last time I took my kid to Raw, it was 2018, maybe the end of 2019. We went for Raw. It was front row, like we were in like 7th row or something. I didn't smoke one cigarette the whole time. I was entertained. We had the Shield, we had the Wyatts, we had Kurt Angle, we had all this crazy shit going on. It kept you waiting and wanting more. But then like this was just like I said, this felt like I was at a taping of Ellen. Like everybody look on your chairs and see if you got a souvenir card.
I was looking at ratings. So last 2 weeks, AEW's done 1.1 million people.
Yeah.
And
exactly, Chad. I agree with you 100%.
Raw actually on July 19th show actually did a pretty good rating considering 1.9. So
that was the first live show, and Cena was back. You knew there was going to be a boost, and now you know every week after that. It's just
it's 1.6. It's 1.6 right now.
I'm gonna try to get this.
What do you mean for tonight? That's what you're guessing?
No, for last week. Last week was 1.6.
No, last week was 1.8.
Last week was 1.6.
There's Keith Lee, right? Look how dead that crowd is.
Ooh, wow.
Your first time seeing Keith Lee since pandemic? People are getting up to leave, not popping. Like it was just it was a lifeless effort on not only WWE but the fan base. Like there was no love for it.
It looks like my hometown. Louisiana. That's what they do.
Invested in on this show. They have done a terrible, terrible job.
Yeah.
At least on SmackDown, they've done it better with building certain people. Not everybody. It's not the perfect show, but Roman Reigns is entertaining. You know, Finn Balor's back, and that's exciting.
I can't wait to shower all this negative bullshit off August 20th live at the United Center. God damn it.
And let's look at the difference. You know, this was my last one of my notes in there was seeing the crowd in Chicago tonight to seeing how we're going to see the crowd in Chicago on August 20th and then a certain weekend, the beginning of September.
That's going to
be a crowd.
That's going to be the interesting thing right there because
there will be no chance of WWE.
What are we? What about 3 weeks? We're about 3 weeks from that. So
yeah, less. I mean,
it's going to be great to see that. Like to see that, or not great, but it's going to be interesting to see that. To see what what's going to happen. So,
So as the lovely Nicole was saying, hold on. As I'm walking in,
I'll tell your wife. Oh wait.
They have these up now. Okay, there we go.
Notice. I can't read it.
No video recording or streaming of this event is permitted, including through use of cell phone. Failure to comply was subject to ejection from the building. So they do this when, if they're taping a reality show, they put up those things, and then they also had the next to it, which I didn't get a picture of, but it was legal notice.
They had a reporter.
Really?
Yeah, it was the legal notice saying that if you break any of these laws or violations, that you will be subjected to ejection and possibly a ban through future WWE events. They could confiscate your cell phone. There's a lot of fucking weird wording on it.
Did you say please ban me from future WWE events? Be like this?
Give me an excuse.
There was a reporter. I'm trying to see who it is. Well, I think it was last week from NXT. He was actually escorted out.
Yeah, I remember. I was just reading that this morning.
And basically, Tony Khan said, "Hey, you're welcome here."
And he's coming. He's showing up at Homecoming on what is it this week?
I'm trying to get his name, who that was, but yeah, he was filming NXT, and but he was doing his job. And he was, escorted out. Told him to leave.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's really sad that this is what Raw has become. It was the flagship show for so long. It's not. I feel like SmackDown is the flagship show now. They've kind of made that the A show.
Yeah,
Raw's just terrible.
I think we kind of knew this a little bit when they made that Fox deal. I think it was probably pretty clear, at least in my head.
I just realized we never heard from Young Anthony tonight. He probably loved the show. He was probably loved the show and was too scared to come.
He fell asleep.
Big Tony.
Raw could have put him to sleep.
Yeah,
man. So. If I wasn't at the live show, I wouldn't even watch it. That's I would have been like, "Come on, AEW!" I would have been watching.
If it's gonna be sold, I hope it goes through soon. So at least it's not gonna get worse if it's sold. Maybe to put somebody in charge who cares.
The way I look
Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy, welcome to WWE Raw. Marching band and shit. Look at me, I'm Michael Cole. Like, looking all forward.
Well, gosh, Mickey.
If Fox buys it, it'd probably be better than Disney.
If they are really gearing up for a sale, it's as a lifer from before the AEW times, it's gonna be heartbreaking. We're going to see the step down of Vince. You think Triple H is still going to work there? They're all going to take their payday and leave. God damn it. It's just how it's going to be. And then there's not going to be someone that comes on board that even remotely cares about the business. It's the same thing that happened with like the WCW AOL, Turner thing. Once AOL came on board, they were like, yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what I was arguing last night. Actually, on the I believe it was on the Tavern page last night with somebody. They were talking about how AEW is signing all these big names, and they're just signing Hall, Nash, Savage, Hogan. I'm like, it's nothing even close to that.
No.
I mean, yes, there's some big talent that they're signing. I mean, yeah, you could say maybe Punk and Bryan would be like a Hall Nash type situation, but first of all, they would care, when they would go in, they would care about storylines and what they want to go through. And second of all, AEW is not owned by Time Warner.
Yeah.
And the biggest reason you can hear from Eric Bischoff himself and everybody else that's written, the death of WCW books, it had to do with the AOL Time Warner merger. That's what ended WCW, basically.
Yeah.
A
few other factors, but yeah,
factors.
That was a major coffin. Yeah, that was the big thing. I
agree with Tyson. I keep saying,
yes!
I'll fix her. I'll fix her.
Everybody sits on stools. We're just passing shots around.
It would be booked better than that,
Here's a question. That's a good point by Chad. Agree, Mike. Yeah. As much as I question Vince at his age, WWE not owned by McMahon is heartbreaking, and that's true. But what would you rather? Vince sell?
I would
die.
I would rather have. Give it to Shane and let him do that fucking Fight Club bullshit that he was doing during the pandemic and, at least figure it out. But I think that's a telling thing too, is like, I think Shane gets it to a point where he's like, I don't want my hands on this, not any more than you have your hands on this. And if you put me in charge, I'm fucking Disney. What's going on? The contract says McMahon, but it's Shane.
So now this is something I was going to say, but I'll post it up here in a second. What if Tony Khan bought WWE?
I mean, as much as money as he has, I don't think he would want to touch that. Honestly.
I don't believe that. He wouldn't want to touch it.
I think if even that was the case, he would purge it for all of its goods.
I agree with Chad.
Yeah, I would love it, but selling is the shit way to do it.
It is a coward's way out.
Like, why wouldn't you? Like, you've signed so many billion-dollar deals. You don't need the money for selling it. Give your kids a chance. Give them a crack at it.
Do something before you take old Yeller out to the shed. Give him the ball one more time.
especially since your father. Your father also.
I don't know, John. It worked out pretty well for Vince.
Yeah,
he had a monopoly for a while.
His father like took a risk. Basically, said, "All right, go run Bangor, Maine, and see what you can do with it, and then come back and see what you got." Yeah. And then he ran Bangor, Maine, got it up and going, and his father allowed him to buy it from him. We
talked about I don't know if I had this conversation with the guys off air or on air, but if Tony Khan was put in charge of WWE, it would be more entertaining within weeks. The guy knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
if you put Vince in charge of AEW, it would go to the shitter. And
absolutely. But I don't think it's viable for Tony Khan to keep WWE open with how good his company's doing. Why try to repair the Titanic instead of just building a new ship? You fucking set it in the same course, let it hit another fucking glacier, it's still gonna sink. Like, why not just start coasting the Bahamas on the Jericho cruise? Plug. But like, why not just, close it out?
Yeah.
Take the library. Because that's the most valuable thing WWE has, is that fucking library of theirs, because they own everybody else's library. But even then, I don't think Tony Khan needs a library.
No,
I think Tony Khan's doing it the most perfect way somebody non-WWE affiliated could do, and I don't see there being any reasoning behind him wanting to even try to jump on that ship. If I was Tony Khan, I'd let somebody else buy it and watch it.
But the thing is, I don't think Tony Khan wants it to die. He wants them to be better. He's like everybody else. He's a wrestling fan at heart.
There's only room for one Khan in this business, my friend, and it's Tony Khan.
I wish Chad was on now, because we had done an episode of the debate show a while back where we said it was about Tony Khan. Is he going to be mean to the business in this era with Vince McMahon back in the 80s? And back then we said it was too soon to say, and it's still too soon to say, but man, he's still done a lot of more awesome stuff since we even had that debate. That there's even more of an argument for it now, because the guy just gets a grasp. He's changing things and he's making it wrestling great again.
Yeah.
So,
especially being the fan I am, I'm ready for the AEW show now. After tonight, I could have never watched Raw again. I'll be happy. Like, this was the worst showcasing for me as a fan who's given my time, effort, love, father and son time with my dad, and with my fucking kid. And like, I'll be happy if I just do AEW from here on out and just kind of forget that it exists.
But we'll always love what WWE was.
Yeah.
You can't take that from us. We'll love 100%. The Attitude Era. We'll love the Golden Era. But man, I just enjoy Dynamite like I used to love wrestling. Like I used to love WWE. I love AEW like that, and it's just been, for episodes of Raw like this. Like I said, I could still watch SmackDown, but Raw is just like, it's a chore to even watch anymore. It's not fun. There's nothing good about it. Nothing, and it's a damn shame.
The only thing I like about Raw is I'm able to come right here on the Raw recap and talk about how much I hate Raw.
I couldn't get home fast enough.
It's a shame. But like I said, it really is a shame, because we love it and we want it to be better. And I've held that hope for so long, but the hope is dead. The hope is gone. The dream is over.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it at this, for it being their first show back in Chicago, which is a wrestling tradition, a historical wrestling hotspot. And you don't do, like, even if they didn't do it on air. Get them. But even if they didn't do it on air, can't you throw us a little bit of a bone? Give us a little bit of a surprise.
A BonyCon?
A BonyCon? Like, where was one big moment for us tonight? Where's the love for, thanks for watching this shit for the last 18 months. We're so happy to have you back. Why couldn't we get Vince on the fucking runway for a second?
Especially for Chicago. Chicago's the second largest market, third largest market in the country.
Yeah.
I mean,
they sold out tonight.
It's ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this would have sold out if the AEW shows happened first?
You know what? I don't think this would have.
No way.
Yeah.
So the thing is people are excited to be out and about. So
yes, they would have gotten it out of their system if AEW was first. They wouldn't have felt the need to go watch this thing.
This is a very expensive waste of time. Let's tell you that.
It only sold out like yesterday. It didn't sell out when it went on sale.
Yeah, but like, even like, we were looking this morning, there were still tickets on StubHub, but every fucking seat in that building was filled, basically.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. But with that being said, if you were to take at least a fraction of that crowd and brought them to an AEW show, they would never go to a fucking WWE event again. And I haven't even been to an AEW show, but I guarantee it's going to be a good time.
Well, just look at what the last couple of shows on AEW's done, like the crowd, and we're talking about Charlotte, North Carolina, which is historically a big wrestling town, right? Austin, Texas. Okay, like no offense, Austin, Texas, but they're not a historically big town.
Macho Man, Florida. That was a great one, right?
Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, freak
out. John, J-Bone, I have a question for you. I know you were really tired Wednesday night, but you said Dynamite was just an average show.
I mean, average compared to what it can be. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was good in some spots. You know, I thought the main event was excellent. I thought by far that main event was, and not because of blood or anything like that, just the story they were telling. By far, probably the best main event I've seen. I would say in the last 3 months at least. You know, just because of the storytelling. I think the in between it just kind of drug on a little bit. You know, just a little bit. But I mean, I'll take that. That's me trying to be partial and trying to see it the way down the line.
You gotta get your referee shirt.
Yeah.
When I heard you say that, I wrote it off to saying, well, he was super tired that night.
Maybe I was.
We started with that, Survivor Series type of
elimination. Oh no, that was great too. I thought the opener and then the end match were great, but it was just the in between for me. It was okay, Like
I mean,
I still would put it better than a SmackDown show or NXT. It's still definitely the best wrestling product out there.
They put out 4 banger shows in a row since they went back on the road. I was just shocked you thought it was just average. So
I mean, like I said, it could have been better. Like I think the Christian, the Jurassic Park and HFO match I could have done without. To be honest with you,
I thought it was a solid match.
It was okay. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's better. It's better than, I'll tell you right now, it's better than Damian Priest and Ricochet versus Morrison and.
How dare you throw that slander across the tavern, my friend?
Who was? I'm forgetting who was Morrison's tag team partner tonight. I can't remember.
Who fucking cares? Like what?
Yeah. It was
Sheamus. That's right. It's a shameful thing.
No pop for Sheamus. Nobody gave a flying fuck what they were seeing. They were just happy to be somewhere. That's what that's what tonight was. Yeah. That's a shame. Give me some love. God damn it.
It's a shame, man. I mean, I'd probably rate tonight's show on a 1 to 5 star. I'm giving it a 1 again.
All right.
Just because it's 1 to 5 and you don't give out zeros.
I think what did I do a 2 last week? I would say 1.5. So
yeah.
If I did a 2, just because we saw the same shit,
That's true. It's a very good point, Chad.
It was good. Barbie. That was good too.
And MJF's promo, where it was basically the Cena one. Yeah, who fucking cares? It's right, but the CM Punk, the Cena, the MJF, the Jericho, Road Warrior, Bob brother. My rating is a Domino's 5-star for sure. The rest of the show was it was just bad. The Charlotte match wasn't terrible, but the rest of it was a clusterfuck. None of it made sense. I never want to see ever want to watch Reggie work fucking a goddamn anything. I don't want to see him work a telephone. Like I just don't want anything out of it. Like that's
the line of the night.
I think our new thing is going to be every week we're just going to send Mike to Raw Live.
Yeah.
I quit.
You're hired.
This is great. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, poor you. Well, listen, you'll get your cleanse Wednesday night, and then you go into Rampage in a couple weeks. So...
Look in my eyes. What do you see?
It's just a shame. It's just a shame that this is what Raw has become.
like where's the loyalty to the ones that you fell in love with? Where's the Daniel Bryan? Why that crowd should have been so fucking angry and hot, like an AEW crowd would be, but towards the Raw people. But the problem is like I said, nobody gave a flying fuck. They were just there to be outside their house.
They went out there and they fucking cheered Goldberg and they fucking popped for him and they chanted Goldberg. Chicago, you let me down.
Let me down. Allstate Arena. Sorry, don't not slander the Chicago one. We still got good hot dogs and pizza, but fuck that Allstate Arena hipster ass fucking crowd.
Is it just your deep dish that's good, or is all the pizza good?
You got to have like a tavern style, and it's tavern style is what they fucking call it, but it's tavern style pizza where they cut it in squares, and that shit's fucking fire. It's delicious.
Wait, like a Sicilian pizza?
No, Sicilian's still a little thick, right?
Yeah.
So no, that's Detroit style. We don't fuck with that around here, okay?
That's Detroit style?
That's what Detroit style. They stole your moniker. That's what they call it up in these fucking part of the woods. Goddamn.
Really? I get Sicilian here in New York, and it's fucking banging.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've had some Detroit style that's really good. It's just that's not. Fuck. How are we talking about pizza after wrestling?
Because did you see the Raw we just watched?
Well, yeah.
Hey,
did you at least get some good snacks in the stands?
They put crawfish on our pizza down here, so that's good.
Do they? That sounds fucking delicious, man.
Oh my god, it's great.
We got one of my favorite pizzas.
Crawfish etouffee on it. Oh, it's great.
Pineapple on pizza.
We got mac and cheese pizza and shit like that. Yeah. Oh no, it's delicious.
Oh, it's great.
Carb overload, but fuck, is it good?
Yeah. I couldn't eat that. That's disgusting sounding.
WWE Raw let me down. Damn it.
Yeah, we just went off to talk about pizza. Now you made me hungry, son of a bitch.
Johnny Hungry.
Look, I mean, that's talking about AEW. They've invested like how they build everybody there.
Yeah.
Now, when they got back live, all these people getting chants that they built up the right way. Like, kudos to them. I know it's a Raw recap show, but we're trying to bring our spirits up.
Yeah. You know? No, the deadliness of the crowd tonight. All
right. I can't imagine this is very good either.
Oh, no. It is fucking amazing. Coat base. No, there's no marinara. No pasta sauce, right? So they just do cheese and mayonnaise, like a sandwich. And then they load that shit up. Yeah, we're gonna all fucking hit Portillo's, and it's gonna look like
Portillo's?
It's the dishes, brats, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, fries, best cheese fries you can fucking buy. Now I'm gonna get Portillo's tonight. Thanks, Chad.
Is it right? Portillo's, is it like a chain?
It's kind of like it's a family-owned chain. There's one in California now. I don't know where the hell. What? No flaming hots. It gets the esophagus all fucking flustered. I start having heartburn. It's terrible, honey. I don't want to do that.
Thank you, Nicole, because I hate Miracle Whip.
No, fuck Miracle Whip. The only thing about Miracle Whip is that it fits in the jar. I'm not doing that shit. But the BLT pizza is amazing. Deep dish is amazing. Pizza in general is amazing, no matter where the fuck you are. I love slices now. I'm a big slice guy. And that's your neck of the woods, Tom. So see how fucked up back towards Chicago.
Dude, there's this little pizzeria next to Wrestling Universe.
Ooh.
I had stopped there and ate because I was so hungry. It was amazing pizza.
That's what I
Perfect New York pizza. You gotta come when you come up. We'll go eat there when we stop at Wrestling Universe.
I saw and I came again.
Hello, ladies.
You know what I love here? I love buffalo chicken pizza. You ever have buffalo chicken?
Buffalo chicken pizza is good. We got barbecue chicken pizza here. Buffalo's it's the esophagus. We get too many onions, we're done. Too much cilantro, we're done. But yeah, no, it's
you sound like a 90-year-old lady who's been smoking her whole life.
Have you met my grandmother?
This was the best part of my night. Thank you guys for the Tavern Raw recap.
And actually, I'm very lucky because I grew up in New York, Staten Island, and now I live in Jersey, out in the middle of nowhere. I live up on a hill, and I go outside, and there's bunny rabbits and all sorts of animals around. But I somehow have the best pizzeria right by my house. And it's just like New York pizza. And I've tried other pizzerias around, and none are like this place.
That's what I like to hear. Something about the water. The ingredients are key. You go to in Vegas, it tastes like fucking sweet and low. In
California, it's terrible.
I got you.
What is the Chicago hot dog?
Chicago hot dog is a hot dog, mustard, relish, onions, pickle, and a tomato on top. It looks like a fucking Boney Connor. Are you pulling up a picture?
Well, I was trying to see. There was a restaurant, or not something I heard of. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
We're having fun, Nicole.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
And this is what we're gonna do when we have a hanging at the tavern special. Let's give the people a little tease. We're planning a hanging at the tavern. Will it be the four of us from the tavern, and J Bone will be on, and we're gonna have all of our friends, and it's just gonna be a fun hang, and we're gonna talk about whatever we want.
And be happy.
If there's relish on it, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be delicious.
Tom, this is That's a.
Can I get it without relish?
Yeah.
You can, but it's a fucking sin.
No, I hate relish. I can't eat relish.
I hate raw, but you see me fucking at the arena.
You know what? You know how I need a foot-long hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut. That's how I eat my hot dog.
You would like the Maxwell Street Polish. Maxwell Street Polish is a Polish sausage, grilled onions.
Well, I'm part Polish, so that's okay.
Deli mustard. Fucking, this is the Colt Cabana special, man. Dark Order plug number 3 tonight.
That sounds good.
Yeah, no. If I go to Portillo's, I get the Maxwell Street Polish, fucking cheeseburger, pound them both. You know.
So there's none of them in New York?
I don't know. Google. I don't have an Alexa. I threw out my Alexa after that god awful promo I seen.
How do you spell it? Portillo's?
Yeah, Portillos. Port, like Port of Maine, Port of Michigan.
Oh gosh, okay, Portillo's. Here it is.
I need to come to Chicago, and I need to come to Jersey.
So, we all got to just do trips. Yeah. Tavern road trip.
I'm about to be on lockdown over here again. So
let me see. Show me what it looks like, Tom.
No, it's not the same thing.
I'm gonna fucking cease and desist them.
It's not the same. I'm trying to find out Portillo's. Well, I'm coming to Chicago at some point.
So where does Monday Night Raw band go from here besides the trash can? Like, legitimately.
The coolest part of the evening was I showed my nephew the Young Bucks' new bio on Twitter. One day we will, fight the New Day, and everybody.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he was like, "Yeah, you gotta start watching Wednesdays, brother." Like,
I just saw today they're signed for like 4 more years.
So we thought Adam Cole was. Adam Cole's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I guess. Shit, man. We wanted to do a live video about that. We never got to it. Let's talk about it just for a second.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Do you think he's AEW bound?
I have you seen Being the Elite with Adam Cole on it before? Have you ever seen? My lights are going crazy. Adam Cole is fucking all elite. He was all elite before he got next and went to NXT. I think he's gonna. His girlfriend works there.
He's buddies with the Young Bucks.
He's buddies with TK. He was at the Memorial Day party last year and this year, or whatever. Fucking other
party. There with his girlfriend.
Yeah, but Vince should have been like, you can't do that shit. Like, no, you let anybody get too close to the candy, you're gonna, they're gonna start eating that shit. Welcome to Walkify. Like,
I agree, Nicole. Ketchup on hot dogs is gross.
It's good to have a sweet treat sometimes.
Hey, listen, we're going to start doing food recaps on Monday night. You got me hungry now.
Yeah, Johnny Hungry. Johnny
Hungry.
I don't know where anything's going anymore because, again, like this was like going to the Ellen show. There was the mic man. They were throwing T-shirts out.
That's such a great analogy because
it was like who wants raw T-shirts? Like,
I'll take one. I ran out of toilet paper. I'll need something to wipe my ass.
Well, shit, we got scripts up the asshole that we didn't use today because we rewrote the show 150 fucking times.
Yeah, Vince rewrote it right up until airtime, and that's why it sucks.
Yeah, man. The best part was going there and reliving the nostalgia. Like, I sat there for WrestleMania 22. Oh, this is where I was when I got the truck piece.
100% true.
Yes.
And the booking's not going to change.
No.
The name on the contract says Khan. The name says Booty call.
That's so funny.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Wild times in pro wrestling fandom. Never would have thought this fast that I'd be like, wow, AEW is going to start whooping their ass like very soon.
Well, that's what I was looking at. They're averaging right now. AEW's barely under 1 million, and that's only because that 4-week stretch where they were on 10 o'clock at on. I was
gonna say they've been
Fridays.
over 1 million since they've been back on Wednesdays.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why, because they were drawing like 800,000. So really, probably say 1.1. Raw draws about 1.6. So they're closing the gap.
And then you're talking a move to TBS, which is more viewer households.
Yeah, some more households.
Way more households. I think it's like a couple 100,000 extra households than TNT's on.
It's an excellent point, Chad. It is more fun because it's like, I don't know why it's more fun. Like Attitude Era was great, but there's just something about this that's maybe because we've missed it for 20 years.
That's I was about to say. It's like you know.
I think people are just tired of WWE at the helm.
It was the biggest fast. We were. Oh, there he is. New world order.
Young Anthony, did you watch Raw tonight?
He did. He said it sucked. He said it sucked.
Oh, Raw sucked. Okay. I guess I should read the whole thing.
Tom, you're smarter than the kid.
I know. I listen. I sit here thinking, wow, it's so funny how like he goes in thinking one thing, and by the end of the show, I have him hating it.
Yeah. Hate's a strong word, man.
That's exactly it. And the other thing, as an adult at our age, like we're so used to being able to predict everything.
Yeah.
Dynamite, we're still being shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're still being surprised
every week.
Yeah.
Coming up to Darby, going, you think I can't beat the best in the world, huh? You know, it's like
Darby said that had nothing to do with CM Punk.
I was just cracking up thinking about it. Like, what if he doesn't come out until All Out? And this Rampage show is going to be the biggest clusterfuck ever.
Dude, I don't think it'll be.
I don't think it would happen either.
If he didn't come out at Rampage, holy shit! Like,
I would pop. I think that would pop me bigger than him coming out.
if he came out All Out, that would be okay. Like, it would be redemption. But man, that arena sold out for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah, 5 minutes today.
There's a reason why they win United Center. People don't just go into the United Center. They don't just. Yeah. That's why. Like no shade to Allstate Arena, right? But that's why WWE. Besides it being like a historical building, WWE just doesn't go to the United Center. It's like it's hard to sell that out.
Yeah. Isn't
that right? Yeah.
No, it's super true. Even like when WCW would come for Nitro, that was the Nitro house. That was all the WCW pay-per-view house. They rarely, like, they sold out because it was such a hot time, but as it got later on in the game, it never worked out like that. Yeah. There was always, like, that's when they started tarping off this section here, this section here, and I love having the guys behind me.
I just want to answer this question because when I grew up in Staten Island, Jersey was a bridge away. And when I moved to New Jersey, all of a sudden, I found out they're famous for this one food. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, called pork roll.
We're still talking about food.
You brought it up. I wanted to answer her question.
Now we're hungry.
It's called pork roll. It's really Taylor ham.
Food time at the
super popular in New Jersey, and I don't know why.
Is it pork roll?
It's Taylor ham, really. It's called pork roll in New Jersey. You can get a good pork roll sandwich, like egg, cheese, and pork roll. It's okay. I can eat it. It's worth a shot. My wife loves it.
There's something called boudin here. You guys need to try.
What is it?
It's called boudin.
I like booty.
No, not booty.
oh.
Boudin.
Boudin. You gotta get
Anthony.
Oh, we got the boudin and the crawfish.
We're talking about food. Go back and watch the whole recap show. We touched on this.
Yeah, Anthony. It was. I think I'm never going to a WWE show in my life again.
I'd say never again. Go to a pay-per-view or a SmackDown.
I wouldn't waste the money for it.
It'd be better than that garbage you saw tonight.
It'd be better watching it on my couch with a fucking a fat fucking deep dish on my fucking couch. You know what I mean?
I definitely don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
I haven't been to a WWE show in 6 years, and I don't plan on going to one.
After today, I would say
I do want to go to
pathetic.
I want to go to AEW show.
I went to one the week before Royal Rumble in Houston.
Bowden
is legit.
What is it?
Bowden is legit, my friend. You know what I mean?
It's basically a bunch of like rice and pieces of liver.
I love liver.
And stuffed into a pig intestine. It's great.
It kind of lost me there.
I bet as the kids like to say, it fucks.
I love liver. I like rice. Although I do like tripe.
So here's the thing,
and I do like
you don't want it whenever you're eating boudin, you never want to look another man in the face.
Wow. Okay. Good thing the kids are sleeping.
I was just getting my boudin on. This is the best part of Monday night for me.
There's boudin balls. There's cracklins.
I love cracklins.
Yeah, good jambalaya.
I love some cracklins.
So actually, for LSU tailgates, we make big, huge pots of jambalaya and just hand that shit out. Like, here you go. You want some jambalaya? Okay, here you go. Like, make big, huge vats of it. You know.
That's what you got to do.
Gumbo, of course.
Ooh, gumbo.
Gumbo's great, but don't get New Orleans gumbo. That shit sucks. You know, go at least Baton Rouge or even Lafayette. Yeah, crawfish etouffee. Yep, that's good. Yeah, so
it's getting hot in here, boys. Hold on.
Let me take my jacket off.
Yeah, no, this could be a whole new special.
We're gonna do hanging at the tavern.
Tavern eats. Everybody eats.
Hanging at the tavern. We could talk about food. We could talk about whatever we want.
This is what I like.
We have to plan a date, set it up, let everybody know when it is.
Yeah.
We don't do anything on Tuesday nights, right? Let's make it a Tuesday night.
I guess this
oh boy,
is the show.
Young Anthony.
Big Tony, where you at?
Young Anthony, he took a nap, you know? He's swimming with the fucking fishes.
Young Anthony, we missed you tonight.
Yeah.
I missed you. I thought you were going to come on and try to convince me why the show was good.
Oh.
They couldn't even convince young Anthony why it was good, so.
I quit. I would never. Yeah, never.
We get Malachi Black against Cody on Wednesday, and I cannot wait for that match.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Is it going to be the main event, or is it going to kick off the show?
It's got to be the main event. It's got to be the main event.
I could totally see him kicking off the show with it, though. It's super
do.
TK style.
What else do they have this week? I'm trying to think. Oh no. Jericho and Guerrero. Juventud is going to start it up.
You think it's going to start it?
Yeah.
I can see that main event of it.
Yeah, I think vice versa, because Jericho's debacles, or whatever the fuck they're being called, is...
Hey, listen, I know we started talking about food and stopped talking about Raw, and we got more people watching us now, so what does that tell you?
Yeah, well, see, people enjoy the dish. Big Tony's in Brooklyn. What's up, Big Tony?
Wait, which one is the main event? You think that Malachi Black and Cody Rhodes is the main event?
I think it's main event. I think they open up with Juventud and Jericho.
When the hell was the last time Juventud wrestled?
Oh, he wrestles. I'm sure he runs the indie circuit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he does spots. And
but
shit
how
like
old
that.
Is he now?
He's
got to be the same age as Jericho.
Yeah, so close to.
Oh, okay, then he can still go.
Yeah, we're not talking Goldberg's here. Like, calm down.
Oh, okay. So that's got to be the main event. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
It's every week. I can't wait. Like last week, I can't wait for the elimination match. Now, and Jericho versus Gage, and now I can't wait for Cody versus Malachi.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good show for sure. You know,
that's true.
Sometimes food is better raw too. It depends on what you eat.
I can't wait to see them boo the fuck out of Cody. No matter what he does, Malachi is gonna be over.
It's gonna be interesting.
I would like to see Flair, go over to AEW.
Just show up.
Just show up. But maybe like force them to turn Cody heel somehow. You know, maybe he beats the
Ooh,
old
I
man
think they have
down.
to
What
force
if-
him. He's gonna get booed.
What if he comes out and does like a horseman gimmick, and then it turns Arn on Cody, or makes Arn start acting shifty, so Cody turns on Arn, and that's how you can start building this Cody thing a little bit more, because bell ring, black mass, 1, 2, 3, never,
No.
maybe sushi's over.
It would be cool if Malachi just destroyed him
Yeah,
and he gets very little offense in.
I'm leaving it up to the masters. I'm not even going to sit here and presume, because
No.
it's always it's going into AEW blind every week is my favorite thing in the world now, because it's just
I
like
love that nothing leaks out of their show. You never know anything beforehand.
nope.
And like I said, every week we sit here and we play Booker with the show, and we come up with all this stuff that sounds great, and then somehow they go and do something better.
Yeah, way off the scale that we were expecting to, and you're just like, oh shit, this was fantastic. That's what I'm here for. I love that unpredictability. The new era of kayfabe is among us, gentlemen.
So what are the matches are on schedule for AEW this week? Do we know?
I'm totally looking forward to Juventud and Jericho and Malachi and Cody, and the rest of it, leave it up to a mystery. More Pike or more Punk build, especially now that they sold out United Center.
Amazing.
Maybe they could start teasing it a little bit more. There's only
amazing.
there was less than 5,000 tickets left this morning.
Can we also talk about the fact that they filed a trademark for King of Hearts?
Yes, and they copyrighted Too Sweet.
No, did they really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. It was in the news. If they filed a trademark, they got it for Too Sweet. So
They got Too Sweet.
they got Too Sweet. Whoop whoop, Too Sweet. Whoop whoop, Too Sweet.
So King of Hearts. So that would be interesting. Maybe we get an own Heart figure.
I think we're going to definitely. It's okay. The staple will return. I definitely think it's going to lead into something Owen Hart-esque. Maybe if not merchandise, it's definitely going to lead towards like an Owen Hart tribute show, Owen Hart tournament. The King of Hearts tournament has such a good ring to it. What a good way to introduce all these new characters coming into your territory. Like, yeah, we don't need to rush CM Punk getting a title shot because he's going to be put into the King of Hearts tournament, So
I think Nicole is my number one fan. I'm back. Thank you for noticing. I'm having technical difficulties.
You're the staple.
I was standby for you. I was like, the staple will return.
Today I was playing a role of Chad during our Malachi, during our Fiend video the other night, or Bray Wyatt.
Man.
All of a sudden he was hearing echoes in his microphone, but
he's hearing voices in his head.
Yeah,
I guess we should let people go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like you guys who have to work. I don't have a job yet. What is
definitely get
Zero versus Lee Johnson?
Yeah, that's gonna be
good. God, there we go. Oh, I like to see that. Oh, that's interesting.
See, listen,
there we go.
Bodie Khan's.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a show!
Oh.
And look at that. No rematches.
No, not one.
How do you put on the show every week without rematches?
Jericho and Juventud Guerrero is technically a rematch if you want to be an asshole.
20, listen.
20 years ago. It's okay. I'm excited. Can't wait for Dynamite. Yeah. That was
too.
Horrible episode of Raw to be a first time back from taking 14 months off of going to any WWE shit.
Dude, I would have told you tonight before you went it was going to be a terrible episode. Have you watched the recap show the last few weeks?
Yeah, no.
Why did you think it would be any better?
I was just hoping they usually give Chicago a little bit of love. It's a little bit.
Vince is like, take your CM Punk. We're done with you. We're giving you shit.
That's basically what it was.
I can't believe it, but I can believe it at the same time that they just erased what the crowd chants were.
No,
I
showed you. I was wrong.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's typical Vinnie Mac.
They got too used to the Thunderdome, and now they're just traveling through with it now. So we all thought we were coming back to live crowds, but it's Welcome back to the Thunderdome.
So Vince is the only man. Vince is the only guy hoping for another lockdown so he could go back to the Thunderdome.
Yeah. I kicked your leg out of your leg.
Jeez, young Anthony.
What are you recording at 6? Is he doing the morning news?
Yeah, he has that really good podcast, like a 10-minute wrestling podcast.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know he did it at 6 in the morning.
He gets up at 6 to do it. This young guy is nuts.
Young Anthony. Young blood.
Later, young Anthony. Young Anthony, that name is now
SDK all day, young Anthony.
I want to shout out. I want to thank you.
Young Thug Anthony fucking from the Titantron. Rest in peace, Billy D.
All right, let's start plugging some stuff.
We're getting delirious.
2 hours here. J-Bone, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at Coming Down the Aisle on Instagram and on down_aisle on the Twitter. Just head over to my Instagram page. One of the top links is a GoFundMe for my friend at Norton_graphics for his son battling leukemia. Help him out. Give a little bit if you can.
That's a beautiful plug. Fucking go support that shit. Anybody listening?
Yeah, if every dollar helps. It doesn't matter how small, Mike Belcaster of the Turnbuckle Tavern.
Yes, sir.
I heard that on Chick Foley.
She's stirring the pot, baby. That's good. Hell yeah. So Mike Belcaster of the Turnbuckle Tavern. I guess it's official now, right?
I love it.
I got the shirt on, Jack. What's up, brother?
That's it. You can catch us, on Wednesday night. We have the Dynamite Discourse show with Mike Belcaster and myself. When Dynamite goes off, we'll be on. Yeah. We'll be talking about a great show. We'll be hyped up, and we won't be able to sleep because of how good it was. And then on Friday,
I might have to hop in on that one time because I'm tired of these shitty Raw recaps.
Actually, it's up to Mike. It's his show. If he doesn't want
there you go.
I think we have a little room left for Boney Khan up in the AW. You know what I mean, brother? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. Flip-flopping, fly, fucking like a monkey.
On Friday, we've got Fig Friday this coming Friday, which will be the last episode airing on Friday. We will be moving to a new night. We're not being canceled.
Yes, no.
We're getting better. And you never know who's going to show up to Fig Friday or Fig Night.
Sam Roberts came out.
Sam Roberts crashed the show and joined us.
Sam Roberts, shout out to the new gen ring. Rest in peace. The 8,000 backer stat.
What's up, Nick?
Yeah. What's up, Nick? Nick's Storm Review is a bad mamma jamma, man. If you guys don't follow him, you go check his shit out. He does awesome fig photography, entertaining, just everything. Great dude in the DMs too. We talk a lot of good stuff.
It goes down in the DMs.
Yep.
What is plug his stuff? What's Nick's Instagram?
Nick Storm Review, man. There you go. Gotta tune in
to the Nick Review.
Go check Nick Storm. Nick Storm.
Big night, baby.
Big night, baby.
Big night at the Tavern. Will this week is Friday. Join us Friday night.
I have to open it up. The first one.
Eastern. You have to open it up.
I have to open up. No, I just gotta. Welcome to Fig Friday. I mean Fig Night.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be great. No, Fig Fridays were gonna be great. Oh,
I gotta go follow at Nick Storm Review. Do I follow him? I might follow him already.
You better follow him. If you don't, welcome to the Tavern, Nick. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, man. Everybody who's been here tonight and chatting with us, you make it fun. Thank you for coming out. And supporting
absolutely.
Us.
And tune into the Fig Night and Fig Friday. We got giveaways and lots of crazy shit, unboxings. Yeah,
well, I'm following Nick Storm Review already.
See?
I want it. I need
it. He follows me, so the love is there.
Holy shit. It's beauty. It was a match made in heaven, daddy. You know what I mean? With getting in between it. Bam. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. It was fun tonight. Oh, yeah. So check us out. We got a SmackDown recap show.
Yeah.
Me and young Anthony will sit down and I will show him why it was bad. No, SmackDown is better than Raw. It's got good segments that are very enjoyable. And even the bad segments are better than Raw's best segments. So.
Nothing as good as Danhausen, though. Follow the Danhausen. Love that Danhausen.
Danhausen. I love Danhausen.
Very good. Very Yes.
And tune in next Monday for more awesome food reviews and 20 minutes of a raw recap. Listen, sounds good to me. And we're going to pick a date. We're going to do Hanging at the Tavern. And all of our friends, J-Bone, are you going to show up to Hanging at the Tavern?
See, he's writing the theme song right now.
We can have a little drink at the tavern. It'll just be fun. We'll just be shooting
always
the
down
shit.
for drinking. I'm always down for drinking.
I'll make myself a little Moscow Mule. That's my drink of choice.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Moscow Mules. I make them really good. So I got ginger beer right in the fridge over here.
There you go.
So, but all right, guys, I think that's it. We're gonna go, or else we're gonna be here all night long, and these guys are gonna be late for work, and I'm just gonna be sleeping because I'm still unemployed. But you know, if anybody's hiring, if anybody needs me to host a podcast and wants to pay me, you know, I'm available. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for hanging with us. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.